Last night, if you missed this, the Senate voted to keep the terror suspects at Gitmo right where they are. They will not come here if the Senate has its way. The measure would block the transfer of detainees to U.S. soil. Comes a day after a report identified facilities in the U.S. that are believed to be capable of housing them. Senators approved that measure 54-41. Retired four-star General Jack Keane here, former Vice Chief of Staff to the Army and a Fox News military analyst. And General, good morning. Nice to see you again.
Good morning, Bill.
Does this mean Gitmo does not close, even in a second term? Or would the president come and veto this?
Well, I think there's going to be some pressure, again, to try to close it, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, we have enemy combatants in there as a result of a war. I mean, I think the frustration is the war has gone on for a long time, and therefore we should do something about these detainees. We're not making the choice for the war going on a long time. The Al-Qaeda and its affiliates are making that choice. They just burned down our consulate and killed our ambassador and forced the closure of a CIA base. So they're protracting the war, not us. And I think the other issue is this unfair? Well, what is to be gained by taking the enemy combatants in Guantanamo and putting them with prisoners in the military or the federal system who are criminals? The people in Guantanamo Bay are not criminals. They're enemy combatants there as a result of a war.
Well, Senator Feinstein argues that you have 180 terrorists now being housed in maximum security prisons here in the U.S. But your point is well taken. If you were to apprehend those responsible for killing our ambassador in Libya and 3 others, where would you take them? Isn't Guantanamo still the best option?
It absolutely is. It provides us the isolation. Listen, all the review bodies that have looked at Guantanamo for years have believed this is a highly regarded, well-run facility that protects the individual rights of the people there. Actually, the truth be known, anybody that's been there, our detainees are treated far better there than anybody in our federal or military prison systems in the United States.
Well, you have a Democratic-controlled Senate that voted with Kelly Ayotte, the Republican from New Hampshire. I want to show you these images from central Cairo. It is almost nightfall. We mentioned this a few moments ago. And when you look at the thousands who have gathered now in Tahrir Square, General, and you think about the stories that have been written throughout the week about what the new president, Mohammed Morsi, has done, a member of the Islamic Brotherhood, is Egypt the next Iran that the United States now has to fear?
Well, it could be. Morsi, frankly, is consolidating power, and he's squeezing out the minority. And the minorities are the Christians, the liberals, and the secularists, many of whom are in that square right now. The Constituent Assembly, which is writing this Constitution you referred to earlier, the liberals and the secularists and the Christians have long left participating in that because they were being frozen out of the process. So it's questionable the value of this document and whether it's going to accommodate some of the rights and social and political justices that the people in that square are wanting.
Well, many people consider Morsi to be moving along that line. I mean, do you see it yourself, or do you see him holding back from that?
Well, I think he's probably going to pull back a little bit. I'd like to believe that the administration and the State Department is working, certainly, off the media and talking to him diplomatically about the fact that he's overreached, and hopefully he pulls back. He does need the United States, unlike Iran, who did not need us in 1980 and actually declared us as their #1 strategic enemy. The fact of the matter is, Morsi needs our financial aid, both militarily and economically, and he wants the relationship with the United States. We'll see how that impacts on him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, General, for making that. Jack Keane, thank you. Hope you have a terrific weekend, too.
You too, Bill.
All right, thank you. 19 past. Martha.